Lakato asked me if I'd like to review this pedal board, and I jumped at the chance, and I'm about to tell you why a little bit later on in this video. So it looks packaged really well, double boxed, brilliant, with loads of packing around the outside. Unboxing things with one hand is really difficult, however. There are loads of goodies in the case, but more of those in detail a little bit later on. This is a pro move by Lakato as well. The board is pre-velcroed and with the soft side as well rather than the hook side. This is of course the correct choice. One of the big things that drew me to this is the power supply mounted to the pedal board itself. On paper, it's a rather impressive power supply and possibly more powerful than is actually needed. So looking at the capacity of this board, you can fit about 5 full-size Boss pedals on, leaving space either side for patch cables. The pedals I'm using here are of course just to demonstrate the size. There is absolutely no way that I would be shoving so many drive pedals on a compact board like this. And for those who know me, having the Behringer equivalent of the Metal Zone is just not on for me either. That is not my usual style. Realistically, you can fit about 7 mini pedals onto this. Again, I just grabbed some pedals off the shelf. I didn't choose them specifically. This is not a board that I would necessarily put together. Although looking at it, there are some rather tasty picks here. All of these pedals have been demoed on the channel before, so see if you can spot them. Write down in the comments below with your guesses. Here are all the things that you get with the Lakato pedal board. You get a generous spool of hook side Velcro. It looks like enough for maybe 10 or so pedals, so it gives you options for switching out as well. It gives you 8 DC power cables, and the length of the cables are pretty long, and things might get untidy unless they give you some cable ties or zip ties, depending on whether you are British or American. You should be able to make it a lot neater and nicer looking with these cable ties as well, so that's a really classy touch by Lakato. The power supply itself has got 9 outputs, 7 and 9 volt, one is 12 volt and one is 18 volt, and that seems ideal for the board considering that you can fit around 7 mini pedals onto it. It comes handy with a USB out as well, which would be really handy for one of those little stage lights to illuminate your pedal board, or even for charging a tablet with your set list and or lyrics on if you want to use it for live use. Right, the good points of this pedal board, and I'm going to go a little bit off piste here. The first one I'm going to say is that it doesn't come supplied with patch cables. I know it seems counterintuitive not to supply it with patch cables, but cheap patch cables aren't great, and they're usually quite bulky as well, which means that you won't be able to fit as many pedals onto your board. If you're anything like me, you've got a bunch of low profile patch cables just kicking about, and I would much rather use them than some bulky generic ones. Patch cables aside, it seems to come with everything that you'd need to put a pedal board together. It would be great for an essentials board, or even a full board full of mini pedals. The bag that it comes supplied with as well seems really robust and well put together. The price is around £55, 65 euros and about $70, which would be a great price just for the board and the bag alone. The fact that you are also getting a power supply that is built into this, it is great value. It does say on their website that the power supply is fully isolated as well. I can't vouch for it, but it does seem quite solid. If I had to be nitpicky and pick out some bad points, I would say I would like a pouch on the front of the gig bag for just like spare cables and stuff. I know that I personally said the omission of the lackluster patch cables was a bonus for me. However, if this is your first pedal board, they might be an essential. Honestly though, for this price, I don't think I'd expect them. The DC patch cables are a little bit long, so if I am splitting hairs, they could be a bit shorter. This would save having to do as much cable tying and would leave you with less excess cabling at the end. I understand though that these are probably off-the-shelf cables, and getting something a little bit more bespoke would cost a little bit more and would push the price up. Now to the reason why I was so keen to demo this. I was thinking of starting a new video series where I pair budget pedals together and see how they work in a chain. I was thinking of maybe building a few mini boards for different genres and maybe even exploring some different artists' tones. When Lakato approached me asking me to demo this board, I knew it would be ideal for this. So expect to see this board in a new video series in the coming months. I'm going to leave a link down there to Lakato's website if you'd like to get one of your own. And on screen now is a video that YouTube thinks that you would like to watch. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button, and I will see you again soon.